Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. I am so excited to make another I Love Lucy video for you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to my channel, I want to give you a big welcome and appreciative thanks for coming to my channel. Let's get right into it, guys and gals. You know how this works. We're going to look at my top favorite episodes from I Love Lucy from season 3. We've already done season 1 and 2, so if you haven't taken a look at that, I highly recommend that you do that. It kind of shows you my process of how I got to this season. Now it's very important to note, number 1 and number 2 were kind of difficult to get the episodes, you know, numbered and to figure out which ones that I like more. But let me tell you, number 3, season 3, is one of my favorite. In fact, it might be my favorite season of I Love Lucy. And so it was so difficult to get it all figured out. So let me just tell you the way I did it. Imagine 2 episodes from this series. One being Lucy and Ethel buy the same dress, and another one being home movies. So if I would put them in order, I would just say, okay, home movies, I like it more than that. And then the next episode, bonus bucks. Well, I love that a little bit less than home movies, and so forth. And that's how it would work. And so I want you to do that. Hit stop on this video right now. Look up the season 3 episodes and make your top, 15 list. And let's get right to it before I reveal mine and see how many work and how many don't work. I want to see how many we match in this video. Now, don't be surprised if we don't have a complete match or even if we match any at all, because in my opinion, it was so hard because I was putting these episodes here and I was saying, wow, this episode's so great, and it's going down on the list because there's so many good ones. So in my opinion, I don't know about you guys, but season 3 is fantastic. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I know some of you are going to also be wondering, well, Rick, I know you're top 10, but what are your top 15, your top 20? And so I decided to give you my top 20. Remember, there are 31 episodes in this season, or is it like this, 31 episodes in this season. So I want to be sure to give you a great idea of how I rank all the episodes. Now, because an episode's on my top 20 doesn't mean it was horrible. It just means I would rather watch the ones with the less number more often, or I would rather watch an episode versus watching another episode. So let me start with my number 20, and here it is. Number 20 choice is The Charm School. Number 19, The Sublease. Number 18, The Girls Go Into Business, or They Buy the Dress Shop. Number 17, Lucy and Ethel Buy the Same Dress. Number 16, The Diner. Now, number 15 is a great episode to watch. It's called The Oil Wells, and I love it. They all wear cowboy hats, and you got this southern tone to it, and even Lucy becomes the spy at the end. Lucy tells the truth. It's awesome. She has a great little scene with the girls that she loves, and of course, at the end, she gets knives thrown at her. $1 Million Idea is fantastic. I love when she goes on the Dickie Davis show and promotes her salad dressing to later say that it's horrible salad dressing. Lucy is Envious. I would even split this episode in 2 and say I love the first part. I also love the second part when she dresses up with Ethel as a Martian and goes on top of the Empire State Building. What a script. And number 11, Tennessee Ernie Hangs On. Now, I know that some people do not like the Tennessee Ernie episodes. I absolutely understand. In my opinion, it's either you love them or you hate them. It's pretty much that's how it is. And so I love them. I think they're pretty fantastic. I love Tennessee Ernie. I don't think he's annoying. I think it was great. So that is my number 11 choice. My number 10 choice, guys and gals, Tennessee Ernie Visits. Now, as I said before, it's a hit or miss with Tennessee Ernie. Some people absolutely hate him. Some people absolutely love him. I tend to fall into the one where I absolutely love him. I think he's funny. I think he provides really good comic relief. There are even moments in there where Lucy and Desi laugh at his lines, which is funny because they had the rehearsal and they were still funny to them. So I think that's great. I love the mattress scene. Hot dog. I think that's absolutely hilarious. 6:30. Number 9, again, like I said, this is so hard to rank some of these episodes. 9 is The Golf Game. I think that's absolutely great.
True, Fred. It's been years since we sat in a movie with your arm around my waist.
It's been years since my arm reached around your waist.
But it's great. The guys trying to teach the girls to play golf, and we see the girls playing basketball, we see them playing other sports and so forth. It's kind of funny. It ends really greatly, and I think everyone playing golf is just fantastic. My number 8 choice is Too Many Crooks. Now, this was hard for me. I thought this would be my top 5, but I watched this episode nonstop. I think it's great and fantastic. It's, of course, the Madam X one, the one where they have a thief or robber come into the place, and it's a woman. Of course, she's all basically covered up, so you never get to see who she is. But the hilarious thing about it, there's some Fred funny lines where he's like, where'd the thief go? This way or this way? He's like, this way, are you sure? And he goes this way.
He went that way.
This way?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Too Many Crooks, such a great episode. Ricky loses his temper. Now this is a fantastic episode in my mind. Now why is it? Well, because there's two things going on. There's a bet going on between Ricky and Lucy. Will Lucy buy a hat first, or will Ricky lose his temper first? And the funny thing is, of course, if you've seen this, Lucy loses. She buys a hat first, but it's hilarious because she tries to prevent Ricky from knowing, and he finds out and hilarity ensues. It's so crazy and hilarious. It's a non-stop episode, and that's why I love it. My number 6 choice, guys and gals, Hawaiian Vacation. From the beginning, we see the Mertzes and Lucy play the Hawaiian theme, and they dress up and they dance into the stereotypical Hawaiian music. I think it's funny trying to impress Ricky, but it doesn't work. So of course they pretend to be poor so that they can go on the Freddie Fillmore show and win a trip to Hawaii. And we see one of the best scenes, I think, physical comedy of Lucy. I've seen her getting drenched in honey and, you know, tar and feathers and water and really, I think the Hawaiian part where they sing the Hawaiian numbers in the beginning and the last scene are my favorite of this episode. It's so great, and if you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. Alright guys and gals, my number 5 favorite episode from season 3 is Redecorating the Mertzes apartment. I love the beginning. It begins with Lucy and Ricky in the apartment. Lucy's super happy because she's going to get a mink stole. However, Ethel's kind of whining. Her apartment is trashy. Fred doesn't want to pay. So of course, what do the Ricardos do? They pay for the Mertzes' full redecoration. And then we see, as they paint the apartment, Lucy makes feathers go everywhere and it kind of ruins the apartment. It's hilarious. It's just physical comedy. Lucy grabbing all the feathers one by one. I mean, how can you not love that episode? Redecorating the Mertzes' apartment. I love this episode. Now, I don't know, but tell me what episode this ranks on your list. Ricky's Life Story. Now, the title may seem like, what? What's this about? And I thought this was another episode. I confused this with another one in season 3, the one with Minnie Finch, which I don't like as much. This one is fantastic. This has the scene where Ricky is trying to trick Lucy, and he makes her go to the club and work her really hard, and she gets tired as she's dancing and she drops to the ground multiple times, and then finally she decides to hold a rose between her teeth in a scene, and she's doing like this magic act. It's so hilarious because Ricky does not know, and the fact of Lucy kind of trumping him is so fantastic. So this episode is one of my absolute favorite I Love Lucy episodes ever. Now, number 3, guys and gals, I am in love with this episode start to finish. I basically memorized every line from it. When I went to I Love Lucy Live, which is they replicate the Desilu experience with the cameraman and just the director and the actual theater show going on, they do this episode in its entirety, and it's called Lucy Has Her Eyes Examined. So great. Bill Parker. And Arthur King Cat Walsh comes in, teaches Lucy the jitterbug.
Do you think you could teach me how to jitterbug?
It is so great. We see Fred walk in with a huge, I don't know, animal hide coat thing, dancing the varsity drag. It's just great. You can see it on my face. I love, love, love this episode.
The big, the crazy dancing bear. Well, that's the coolest. Coolest? Man, it's the hottest.
Then she even goes to the eye doctor. She gets drops put in her eyes, and she dances like crazy. She doesn't know where she's going. And it's just one of the funniest episodes, in my opinion, ever of I Love Lucy. It is, I could watch this 100 times backwards, forwards, and I love it. Number 2, guys and gals, Bonus Bucks. Yes, Bonus Bucks is, in my opinion, such an underrated episode. Why? Because from start to finish, it's a chase. I love the chase concept in comedies, whether it be Rat Race or It's a Mad World, Mad World. But the idea of them winning, you know, a dollar bill that's worth $3,000, and that's what happens, and they accidentally rip it, and they go and try to find the bill. Lucy gets starched in the starch vat, and that final scene, guys and gals, where she is all starched and all stiff for clothing, is probably the image that I remember from being 3 years old watching I Love Lucy. Lucy starched like that. I thought it was super hilarious, and that pretty much made me watch the show. So that's why it's my number 2 choice, bonus bucks. And finally, guys and gals, can you guess it? Can you guess my number 1 choice for my favorite I Love Lucy episode from season 3? Home movies. Yes, home movies. I think if some of you are not hardcore Lucy fans, some people may not even know what this episode is. And it's a shame because they don't put it in syndication that much. It's the only, or one of the only episodes of I Love Lucy that wasn't directly filmed in front of the audience. Reason? There's a lot of post-production. There's a lot of scenes where Ricky projects images onto a screen, and of course in the 50s technology they couldn't do that live. And so they had to film the whole episode and then air it in front of the audience. It's a weird thing, but the end result was so worth it. A lot of the laughs happen on the screen where Lucy and Ethel and Fred become cowboys, and they sing all these funny numbers, and what's funny is that Lucy mixes up the footage and she makes it ridiculous. She makes it go backwards and forwards, and she airs it in front of this producer, and in my opinion it is super hilariously funny.
I got wind of it.
Beginning to end, it's just so great, and I love film, I love editing, and so it's kind of the only episode that centers on that. I think it makes it so great. Again, let me know your list down below, guys and gals. I want to know what your 10 favorite episodes. Give me your top 15, it doesn't matter, but I really do want to hear your choices. Thank you so much. If you do want to see my season 4 favorites, let me know down below by hitting that thumbs up button. It's really, really, really important to help out my channel, to spread the word of Ricknineg and what I do. Don't forget to subscribe, and most importantly, guys and gals, be hopeful.